Well, hello there new, it's only me, Leonard, broadcasting as usual from the Giggle mill here in Haslingden, north of Manchester in the UK. Today I'm in Studio B, and Studio B means that the resident engineer is, as always, Adolf Apfelstrudel, that sweet chap from Berchtesgaden in Bavaria. Technically perfect, he is unfortunately a strict disciplinarian and will not permit me more than 12 digital megaburgers per broadcast, which means there's no time to show you and let you hear my world famously forgettable rendition of Nessun Dorma. I have two short tales for you today to tickle you. Sarah comes home to her mother's house in England after many years in Uganda, and she surprises her mother because her mother's in the process of lighting the Friday night candles. And her mother, Betty, is so thrilled, oh, she can't stop jumping up and down and kissing Sarah. She says, darling, darling, come sit down, tell me all about what you are doing. Sarah says, Mum, I got married. Oh, marvellous, she said. But how could you do that without telling me? Not even a phone call. Where is he? Where is he? What is he like? What does he do? He's waiting outside, Mother. What are you talking about? Bring him in. I want to meet my new son-in-law. Sarah brings him in. To her mother's consternation, she sees a black man standing wearing a big grin, a feathered codpiece, an ornate headdress, and a big bone through his nose, and carrying a tall spear. Betty looks at him up and down, and she says, You stupid idiot, I said a rich doctor. Thank you. In my next tale, David received a parrot for his birthday. It was a fully grown parrot, but it had a bad attitude, and its vocabulary was terrible. Oh, dreadful. Every other word was a swear word. And that wasn't the worst of it. He was rude to everybody. David did his best to change the bird's habits and was constantly apologizing and playing it sweet music to try and change its attitude. Anything that came to mind. Nothing worked. He yelled at the bird, but the bird got worse. He even shook it, but the bird got madder and ruder. Finally, in a moment of desperation, David put the parrot in the freezer. Had a big freezer in the basement. For a few minutes he heard the bird squawking, kicking and screaming, and then all of a sudden all was quiet. David was a bit worried that he might have actually hurt the bird, so he quickly opens the freezer door. The parrot calmly stepped out onto his extended arm and said, I'm very sorry I've been offensive. My language has been bad and my actions have been worse. I do apologize and I ask your forgiveness. I will come with you to the synagogue every week, and I will do my best to be a good parrot. So David was astounded. 1 minute in the freezer. Why this change of attitude? So he asked the parrot, he said, what was the, why did you change your attitude? The parrot looked at him and said, may I ask what it was that the chicken did? Thank you. Good night, folks.